What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. I'm Mike, and I am joined today with Clayton and Kimora. They're going to help me. We're going to speak on the topic of, can a woman make a man better? And the reason why I had this title, so I put the title up there. This is the woman that will make you a better man, because I'm not on the fence or anything. So I'm already, I already got my mind made up that the answer is yes, but we're going to discuss it. I'm going to get, both of y'all point of views on, what y'all think about it. So like straight off the bat, do you, Clayton, do you think a woman can make a man better?
I don't think anybody can make anybody better. I think who you are is who you
You
are.
don't?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think who you are is who you are.
yeah.
So, with that being said, I mean, the reason I say that is because everything that you are is present within you. You come in
Mhm.
and you become this personality that we're living. And within that, every aspect
Mhm.
of you exists. So, you know how some people say, I want to be a better me. Well, that better me is
Right.
already there and it's always transmit. So what I mean by that is like
Mhm.
we're all energy, and every aspect of you is energy. So energy is always transmitting out. So with that being said, nothing pulls that out.
Mhm.
What happens is things connect to that. And then when they connect to that, that becomes illuminated, and then you feel a certain way because that aspect of you is being illuminated, you know. But to say that a woman can make you better,
Yeah.
or like the title says, this woman will make you better. How would that woman ever connect to you if you're
Mhm.
not already resonating and vibrating in that on that frequency or on that vibe?
Yeah.
You
And
understand my
so, like, all
question?
right. So the way I, huh?
No, go ahead.
What you say?
Mhm. No, I was
No.
saying, so I
All right.
was asking, how can that
Kamar,
person
what you
connect
think?
with you? Go ahead.
Um.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay. So first of all, it's hot as hell. I don't wear no clothes, so I'm doing this for y'all. So bear with me. Okay. Um. I feel like anybody can be made better, but to what? Like what? To what caliber? Like what? What do you mean
yeah.
by better? As a
All right.
characteristic,
All
a
right.
better
So
man.
what I mean by that is like, you, you said what, Kamar?
See, that's what I like. So I said
Well,
to
I'm talking
what?
about like in a relationship.
Yeah, but I'm saying like as a characteristic wise, financially, mentally, physically.
Well, not financially. I'm not speaking financially. Although I mean
Mhm.
that's, I guess,
No, that's what I'm asking you.
if that was the kind of woman, I we can't see you. I'm saying that,
There
like,
she
all right,
go.
so
Cause I
like
can't hear y'all. It's so low on this phone. That's what I was trying to do it on my
you can't
MacBook.
you can't hear me.
Uh.
Oh,
I
okay.
can hear you, but because I got this fan on,
Mhm.
that's why I'm going close.
Yeah.
Like I can't hear you.
I'm All right. So what I'm saying is, like, if a woman challenges you, or if she supports you, and she challenges you, uh, intellectually, that can take you, that right there can help take you to another level. Also, if she is the kind of woman who is, like, she is the kind of woman that like fosters like she provides like a place of peace, like in your home, then that also too can give you the opportunity to be a better man. I think that, in my personal opinion, I think that people need other people, and in order for you to, as an individual, to go to the next level, if you have the right person in your life, that will help you to take, to go to the next level.
Okay, so this is
Somebody
what I
who
would say.
helps you.
Yeah, so this is
All
what I
right, go
would say.
ahead.
You could be all the things to a person, to a man, right? But the only
Mm-hmm.
person that could change that man is himself, if that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
For example,
Right,
hold on,
yeah.
I take it off. Oh shit, on 4%. Hold on. So I got to get close to it because that's why I said I can't hear you. So listen. So if you could be everything that you're supposed to be to this man, right? But nothing
Mm-hmm.
will matter. Nothing will keep a man kept except a man that wants to be kept. If that
Mm.
makes sense.
Right. Yeah, yeah, that's
Hmm.
true. That's
You
true.
get what
But
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying, like, assuming that you are in a relationship, like you got two people in a relationship, and both of those people want to be in a relationship. I mean,
Right.
because in those type of situations where you know where you would speak about a person who is um you know, somebody who might be playing games or somebody who may show themselves or not. But I'm talking about people who have intentions on building a life together and people who have, you know, who want to be in a relationship.
Mike, let me take
Let me
your
say. Let me
let.
finish
Go ahead.
what you're trying to say.
I
So I
just
feel
want to
like
take
this.
his point from him. Mhm.
So what I'm saying is this: you can make somebody better, but not even necessarily for myself. You could be making that man better for the next relationship that he's in, because
Mhm.
you could teach somebody, like, you know how they say you could take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it, right? You could put a person in an
Right,
environment that he's at peace. He's in a position to excel to his full potential, right? But unless that man
right.
is ready and willing and wanting to do so, none of that matters.
Right.
Mike,
Yeah,
That
that's true.
and that's facts. Now, Mike, I want to touch on something you said, right? You said if a woman challenges you, that can make you better, right? Now, a lot of times human beings are driven by ego. And our
Right.
ego, the first thing we'll do is we'll resist that challenge because ego won't allow us to acknowledge or hear that person offering constructive criticism or giving us something. You know, we automatically become combative through ego. So if I'm
Mhm.
willing to receive what that woman is saying, I'm already better
Right.
because you have to get to a
Yeah.
better state to even be able to receive that. You understand what I'm saying?
right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, so y'all never heard the phrase two minds, two heads are better than one.
True.
Yeah, I've heard all of that. Yeah.
Only a
Go ahead,
wise,
come
you
on.
got to be at a certain place of growth to know that your girl is really realer than the realest person on your team, surpassing the men or the people
Mhm.
that your friends. You get what I'm saying? Because you share a pillow with this person, right? So it's like at the end of the day, men, like you said, ego. They don't really want to be challenged for real. They want to do what they want to do when they want to do it. You get what I'm saying? And the average person that's got money
Mhm.
to do what they want to do with the average female. You get what I'm saying? Because look, I pay the bills. I can spoil you. I can do what I want to do, so I get away with whatever I want to do. Until you meet somebody that's like, yo, I get my own money. So at this point, we're not doing that over here, right? So it's like you're
Mhm.
challenging them, you're helping them grow because you want to grow together, right? But at the end of the day, unless
Right.
that man is confident in himself and knowing that he's not insecure with who you are and what you bring to the table, none of that matters at the end of the day, for real.
Now
Literally.
Yeah.
everything she described about that
Mhm.
man is at a higher state of consciousness. He's already better. Just having that what she just described. So that's what I'm saying.
Well,
That's why I mean by nothing makes you what you are. Now somebody can come along and you experience something on another level, but you're not being
mhm.
made that. You're already that. You feel what I'm
I
Yeah.
saying?
You know,
I wouldn't necessarily say you're already that. You know how they say you if you knew better, you would do better, right? So
Yes.
sometimes
mhm.
a man has never even been exposed to a loyal woman,
Hmm.
someone that's
Hmm.
honest, somebody
Hmm.
that's truthful, somebody that's
Hmm.
disciplined, right? So
Hmm.
because they've never experienced that, here comes the self sabotage.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Right. But let me share something with you on that. You don't get made better, or you don't, just because you haven't had an experience does not mean that you're not that already. Everything that you are, you are. Now what happens is, because that's a part of you. Now when you connect with something, then it reveals this is who you are and this is what you're capable of experiencing. But it can't happen if it's not inside of you. It's not who you. It can't happen if it's not who you are.
I disagree.
I mean, so
Okay.
I mean, to an extent, like the loyalty trait, right? Either you are or you aren't.
Yeah.
It's in you or
hmm
it's not, right?
hmm hmm
It could be instilled in you, and you can learn from that, and either choose to go either way, right? But at the end of the day, the average person is not disciplined. The average person is not loyal. The average person doesn't even know what to do with someone that has you 100%, right?
hmm
mm,
Well, I'll push back on that. Like I'll say this. The average person, everybody is loyal and all that to things that they will be loyal to. So it's a matter of finding that comparable energy that brings these things out of you, because all of that is in you. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'll give you a layman example. You might have a girl, two girls, right? And this one girl say, well, he was loyal to me. And then the other girl said, well, he wasn't loyal to me. You understand what I'm saying? So the loyalty is there in you. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just who's connecting to it, and what you're connecting to.
yeah.
Right. And if you want to be
So
loyal, you know?
hmm
yeah, but I mean, like I said earlier, like, all right,
hmm
so the situation or the guy that Kamora described at first, to me, that is not the person that I think that will benefit from having a good woman. You know what I mean? Like, because
What God did
you
she
know,
hold up?
like
What God did she
if he
describe? What
if he
God did?
don't want
What?
to be,
Give me the
well, she said
description of the
like
God first.
she
hmm
well, she said something like about to the extent that like he was, you know, that a person you can lead them to water and
Oh,
like
okay. I
if a
see what you're
person
saying.
don't want to be a great man, and
hmm
if they not sure that they want to be in that relationship, you know,
Right.
it can't
Okay,
be
I'm
no
I'm
doubt.
following you now.
You know, it can't be
hmm
no doubt. So you got to be sure
hmm
that you dealing with a person, man or woman. You got to be sure that you dealing with a person that want to be there before you
Right.
can even attempt to
hmm
go to the next level. So
hmm
you know you don't challenge a person that's not qualified for that challenge. You don't
hmm
try to stimulate somebody who is not worthy of that stimulation. So you
But you
know
can't do that. You can't do that
that's what I'm talking
anyway.
about.
But it's impossible to do that anyway. You can't stimulate a person that's not going to be stimulated by that. You can't do it anyway. And,
Right.
and to
Well, I
say
mean,
that, and then it comes down to, what are we calling a good woman, a good man? Because a man that don't want to be in a solidified relationship or whatever, there's women that don't want to be in one either, and that woman would be
that's
good for him.
Right.
what good for the man that don't want to be in a relationship.
Yeah, it's women that don't want to be in one. So to me, there's
Right.
always a comparable energy out there for you. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to try to impose your will over something when there's something out there already that's a good match. So if I don't want to be
Well,
in a relationship and this, that, and the other, it's people just like that in the female that comes in the female gender, and I can
so
have a relationship and an understanding with them. Mhm.
so how can those two people, like two people who admittedly don't want to be in a relationship, how do they even grow then?
Growth is inevitable. Like I was saying before, growth is
Yeah.
inevitable. What's going to grow you is the fact that it's a natural journey of life. Now,
Correct.
growing, growing, I mean, as far as them sharing life, all we technically do is share the experience. So whether if I'm cohabitating, sharing bills, whatever the nature of our relationship is, that's the nature of our relationship. We might not need to do all that to come together and enjoy each other's presence, have companionship, and go to another level. Because what's gonna make us go to another level is that bliss we experience when we interact. Now we're beyond the senses, and now we're on a godly level because we're dealing in bliss. It's no certain thing that takes you to bliss. The only thing that takes you to bliss is the things that make you happy. That's it.
Correct. Okay. So
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna quite use myself as an example because I didn't want to entertain what happened
Mm-hmm.
or what I'm going through.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So,
Mm-hmm.
for example, so matter of fact, I'm gonna just change the subject. But what I found is that I was never in love with this person. I was in limerence.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that is?
Mm. Talk to us. Break it down. Tell me how you define it.
So limerence
Yeah.
means that you're connected to this person off a trauma
Mm-hmm.
bond, off of the
Oh wow.
toxicity, right?
Oh okay.
And that
Mm-hmm.
you're willing to accept whatever they got to dish to you because you just
Mm-hmm.
want to be with that person, regardless to what.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And it's like no matter what this
Yeah.
person does to you, you accept it, you
Mm-hmm.
stay down, and just hope that this person gets it together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I will say this: the person that I was with for the last 7 years of my life, right, gave me every
Mm-hmm.
reason to walk away, right? But
Mm-hmm.
because I had understanding, you know what I'm saying, because of what he went through, I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep giving him this chance, right? And I will say this:
Mm-hmm.
I took him from the hood to some bougie shit. You get what I'm saying? To where he
Mm-hmm.
really was doing what he was supposed to be doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can't build with someone. You can't build a kingdom with someone who still craves attention from the village. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
it was cool when we was 1-on-1, but as soon as he got into the with the niggas, the hood niggas, and they in his head type shit. But really, they
Mm-hmm.
hating on you because they
Mm-hmm.
mad. They wish. You get what I'm saying? Long
Mm-hmm.
story short, I'm there when you need you. All the shit, right? Every time you go to jail for 3.5 years, federal.
Mm-hmm.
You come home. The first week, you get somebody else pregnant, right?
Mm-hmm.
You leave the person that held you down for dead.
Mm-hmm.
No phone,
Hey,
answer
I'm
no
sorry.
phone calls or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
To where it's the I'm still in shock. I can't even really explain it. Everybody around
Right.
me is in shock. They're like, "What
Mm-hmm.
the fuck is going on?" Because
Mm-hmm.
loyalty gets rewarded. You get what I'm saying? So at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, the fact that I have not entertained it and walked away
Mm-hmm.
gracefully lets me
Mm-hmm.
know that I'm at where I need to be as far as growth.
You know, I'm gonna
Yeah.
take
And
what
So
you said. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
no, let me all right, so say like, all right, let me just say that like if you're a person and you are anybody that's like on a path to grow and they they are upward, like you got to be careful of people who are not worthy of your time. So you know what I mean, like to invest. And that's what that kind of situation just remind me of, like a person who is just not. So it's best for the individual to seek wisdom themselves and continue to grow and prosper and be the best person that they can be, and then they will attract the person that's worthy of the gifts that you bring to the table. So
right,
then you know what I mean. And I know
but
that's
hear me
easier
out though.
said than done, but I'm sorry.
But you gotta understand, like
Say that again.
this was like kind of like the couple of the hood couple, like you know what I'm saying. Everybody know about us, like we run it up. We're known. You get what I'm saying? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and for me, I am who I am. Do you know how many
Mm-hmm.
people I turned down that were in better positions that I could have been balled out to where they was like, you're dumb as fuck. You
Mm-hmm.
get what I'm saying? And like I told them, at the end of the day, can't nobody mess up what me and him got but him. There's always going to be somebody in a better position, right? That has more
Mm-hmm.
money than you. But it's not about that. So the fact that I really stay solid for 3.5 years for that to happen, like,
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like I know at the end of the tunnel, that's how I know I just got to make it to the finish line, because at the end of the day, God, like, look, I got to clear it out. If this is what I had to do for you to leave him alone, I'm gonna make sure you gonna feel it to where you really leave him alone at this point, because there's no coming back from that at this point.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Now I want to
So
ask you a question. Per our conversation we had yesterday, was there any indication to who he was when you met him? You said something about sometimes, we'll still want to be with somebody knowing certain things, right?
like for
So,
example, like for
mm-hmm,
example, so I was his first girlfriend after his first
mm-hmm,
heartache. You get what I'm saying? Your first heartache,
mm-hmm,
to where
mm-hmm,
she overdid him, to where I
mm-hmm,
had so much understanding because I was him before. So I'm like,
mm-hmm.
okay, that's my karma. I'm gonna take that. Every lesson that I learned with him,
Okay.
I felt like that
Mm-hmm.
was karma. And every time that I
Okay.
was really officially done, something
Mm-hmm.
dramatic happened to where
Mm-hmm.
it just never happened. So I pay attention to signs like that. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, me
Mm-hmm.
and his mom are like best friends. And then,
Mm-hmm.
I'm very intelligent. I know jail talk from actual growth. So
Mm-hmm.
it was just kind of like the growth in him. He had me
Mm-hmm.
fooled. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like I was just bamboozled, like he didn't care. Like, this man got my face tattooed on him. Like, this is like we're planning
Right.
marriage, all the shit. And for
Mm-hmm.
me, because I'm a cancer survivor, I can't physically
Mm-hmm.
give him a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So we're planning on surrogate and shit. So the fact that
Okay.
you went and got somebody pregnant the first week, that's
Mm-hmm.
letting me know what you did was intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Self-sabotage, because at the end of the day, you're out here with me. Mind you, we're from California. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
Yeah.
what man get out of jail to his girl, and she got you in a whole nother situation. In a whole nother,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you're really not ready for that. Because you're still caught up in the hype. You get what I'm saying? You
I
still
hear you. I hear everything
came
you're
right,
home and
saying.
right.
did
Mm-hmm.
literally the same shit. And it was like,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, you could have told me that a long time ago. If
Mm-hmm.
this was what you wanted, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But the sign was
Yeah.
there, like you said, like I
Right.
said, I was in limerence, and when a person show
Right.
you who they are the first time, you
Right.
gotta believe them. But if somebody
Sometimes.
would have told me 7 years ago that this is what
Mm-hmm.
would have happened, I would have never believed it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way.
Sometimes my insecurities in the past, sometimes my insecurities would have me stay or be with a woman that I knew wasn't right for me. And when I say my insecurities was she looked good and aesthetically she looked a certain way. And me being so consumed with validation of others saying you got a pretty girl. See, that was an insecurity in me. So now I want to stay and hang into this relationship for the look of it, when it really wasn't serving me well.
Right.
But ultimately it was serving me well because that was that was ultimately pushing me to growth. So life experience was growing me, so she wasn't growing me, but the experience was growing me. And eventually you get to a place where you understand that, and you get to a place where you become secure in yourself through knowledge of self, so to speak. And I just wanted to add that, just listening
Right.
to what you were saying. But go ahead. I'm sorry,
And
Mike.
and
Go
I
ahead.
and like,
No, no, it's
we
good.
have family ties at the end of the day, right? So at the end
Yeah.
of the day, for
Mhm.
me to have to accept that and not engage, react, or entertain, to where you would never know.
Yeah.
Nobody
Right.
knows. Because for one,
Right.
I'm embarrassed. And for
Right.
two, why am I entertaining it? Because there's no point in it. You get what
Right.
I'm saying? So for me to even
Yeah.
talk about it right now, it's only
Hmm.
because this is the subject, right?
Right. 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 Right.
But anyways,
Right.
you could be the perfect person, right?
Hmm.
But if the motherfucker is insecure, they will self sabotage. They will
Hmm.
hate you because they know that they're nowhere near your level.
But sometimes our insecurities make us deal with stuff too. That's all I'm saying. And sometimes, in a lot of cases, we're drawing an aspect of ourselves to ourselves. So really, what I've learned through my experience is people are showing me where I'm at. It ain't about where they are. They only are attracted and connecting to me because I'm there in that place. When you're not in that place anymore, they can't even get on your frequency.
Right.
So how do you
At the
how
end
do
of
you
the,
feel
at the end
like
of,
people show you who they are? Show
so
you
wait,
who
Say that
you
again.
are.
let me finish. Let me say one more thing though.
Go ahead.
So
I'm gonna
Go
answer
ahead.
that, Mike.
so listen, I take the phone, I report the phone lost, right? So you know it's gonna
Hmm.
download all the pictures.
Hmm.
This motherfucker is writing his name in the sand at the beach.
Hmm.
My point being, do you know how many times I asked to go to the beach and never went? So you could
Hmm.
definitely make a person better, but for the next person.
Yeah, but I just think it's the experience. I just think it's the connection that they have with the next person that's bringing that aspect of that person out. I don't think you're actually making that person better. That's just how I see it through my lens. I just think what we are is everything that we are is in us. And that's, and even God is in us. So if God is in us, there's no making that better. It's just bringing certain aspects of you out. You know what I mean? Because you're
Exactly.
always transmitting.
And it's
But
always
what
a
did you
decision.
ask me?
It's a
Right,
decision
right.
to do though.
What did you ask me, Mike?
Now,
Mike.
you said
Yeah.
something about like that experience is making you better, right?
Mhm. Well, it's showing
So,
me. Everything is showing me who I am. Oh yeah, the
yeah,
experience is not making you better. The experience is not making you better. It's just that the understanding of who you are is coming through the experience. Was you know what I'm saying? It's all about
yeah,
constantly understanding who you are.
Right.
yeah. But part of
But at the same time, you would never
Mhm.
had the experience unless she exposed you to that.
Yes, but I would never had that experience if I wasn't resonating and vibrating there for her to be attracted to me and connect with me.
Nah, cause opposites attract.
yeah,
You can have a
and
healing heart and
That's
attract a
see
straight.
see that's one of the biggest misnomers that we live on. That's one of the biggest misnomers and cliches that opposites attract. It depends on how you define an opposite. So if I take a plug and a socket and they appear to be opposite, but they're not. They're actually compatible. The plug is aggressive and it goes in, and the socket receives it. That's what attracts comparable energy. So what attracts is you, but the other end of the spectrum of you. So if I'm a male, then female. So what I'm gonna attract is the female version of the energy I transmit.
and yeah. So I mean, and to me, that's the opposite. I mean, I always agree that opposites attract.
Mhm.
I think that I think that people as we get older, I think we learn how to. A lot of people learn how to attract the people in our life that we need.
Your phone going out.
And
Mhm.
my phone, you said your phone or my
I
phone?
can hear you.
Oh,
Yours
I
was.
okay,
can hear
yeah.
you.
So yeah, I think that through experience,
Hmm.
people, they learn to attract the person in their life that they need. And then when they attract the person in their life that they need or the person that they want, then they can grow through that experience. When you're younger, like people choose, like they don't choose their friends and their relationships wisely. And a lot of that comes from lack of knowledge and a lack of experience. So, and it's just like being on a sports team. Like if you're on a sports team with a great athlete, you are going to benefit from being in the presence of that great athlete. That's why they say like certain players make other players better. And in a relationship, I think is the same way. You know what I mean? Like if you are, and then on top of that, you have to be qualified to be on that team. Like in order to benefit from being in that person's presence. Like if I play football, I'm not qualified to be on a team with with Lamar Jackson or Tom Brady or one of those guys. You have to earn the right to be there. So you earn the right through being the kind of person that you know what I mean, that will be worthy of those gifts that the other person bring to the table.
You ever hear the saying you can't be something that you're not?
Right.
And every
Yeah.
time you try, you fail. So,
Right.
and as far as benefiting from being in someone's presence, every individual that's in the presence of each other, they all are benefiting. So life is reciprocal. It's give and take, but it's not necessarily give and take because the give and take is simultaneous. It's instantaneous. That's an instantaneous happening in the moment. So while you say that this person's the best guy on the team and everybody else is benefit for being, no, he's benefiting as well, having those pieces around. There's no one
Everybody's
thing that's
benefiting.
better than the
Yeah,
next. Right. Everything's benefit from everything and it's
yeah.
simultaneous.
Yes, but at the
But
same
you have to
time,
be
you have to be
worthy
at a
of being in
certain
that
you have to be
environment.
a certain
Everybody's not
level.
What
qualified
makes
to
you
be in that
worth
environment.
what makes you worthy is your genetic makeup. Who you are makes you worthy.
No,
Nobody doesn't have
your
to
work,
stamp you worthy. No. No one stamps you
your
worthy.
work and your life experience make you worthy of that. That's
No,
what,
who
you know
you
what I
are
mean? Like
makes you worthy.
your work and your life experiences make you worthy of being in certain in a certain rooms with people that are like that. That's why I said, like, you know, like
But it takes a
it's
certain
all
level
about the
of
choices
growth.
that,
It's all about where you are on your journey in your life as well. Because when you're young and you out and you
right.
partying, you're not all that thinking that deep. Like, oh, do I deserve to be around them? You around them because y'all into the same shit. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's
Right.
Nowadays,
true.
So
nowadays, all
That's
it takes is
true.
some Instagram likes.
That's true.
You get what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
true.
So
You
Yeah.
right. So
So I
if
just see
you are, go ahead.
I just see it as these are constructs placed like that's a way to create hierarchy. This society we live in has created a hierarchy. So now you get these ideas that you have to do this, that, and the other to deserve to be in the room and this, that, and the other. You can have a person work their butt off and work and work and work and do this, that, and the other and never make it because their genetic makeup, because who they are is not meant to be there. And then you have, so you ever hear the term, your gift will put you, or your gift will put you in front of great men or great people or great, your gift exalts you, but it's not, and your gift is based on who you are. You know what I'm saying? So nothing stamps you worthy. God has already stamped you worthy by making you who you are.
right. However,
Yeah, but then
hold on though. However, we're in a
Mhm.
generation where everything's fake, everything's made up, everything is a collage because it's of social media. You could be anybody you want to be on social media, but at the end of the day, you have to sit with you and who's really working on themselves, who's really
Mhm.
doing the ugly work that wants to work on themselves. You have to be at a certain level in your life to realize your vibration, to realize what you want to be around, to choose. Because when you're in the
Mhm.
world, you're distracted.
You're right. Can I
you said
offer
you're
you my
distracted.
experience? Yeah, you are distracted. Can I offer you my experience? How how you work on it, you don't work on it. What happens is you get to a point of overload and fatigue and tired, and you surrender. So once you surrender, this is when it happens. You let everything go, and then your consciousness and everything raises. So it's not something you work on; it's something you surrender to.
Yeah, I think, I mean, even in the animal kingdom, you have hierarchies. You know what I mean? You have, so
Well, that's just
that
how
is,
man describe. That's just how man describes it, because that's
well,
how
I mean,
man
that's
sees
what
it.
that's what you naturally, yeah, that's what you naturally
Yeah.
see. Like when you observe, you know, animals in the world, you have an alpha male, you have the betas, and then, you know, so on down the line. And so
Mhm.
that to me though, my whole point is, like I said, if you are working on yourself and you are a great person, and you have a certain stand or a certain you live at a certain level, then you have to demand that the people that come into your circle are worthy of being in your circle.
I hear you. I just don't say it that way. You don't have to demand anything.
Well,
You just
I
have to
mean,
be.
I would personally, yeah, I mean, because you, like they said that you are like, and we talked about this before when I said that,
Yeah.
you know, they said that you are the average of the 5 person that you hang around with, the 5 people that you hang around with. And
Right.
so certain people, like people who drink and do drugs and stuff like that, I don't hang with them. I got friends who do that stuff. But I don't hang with them because that's not me. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Right.
you know, I don't
But you
spend a lot of
don't.
time.
You don't even have to make a conscious choice though not to hang with them. They don't want to hang with you.
Exactly. They
That's
don't.
why I'm
They
saying.
don't.
That's why I'm saying. So all you have to do
Right.
is be. You don't have to demand. You just be.
Okay,
Like
can I
my
say
friends,
something?
my relationships that I have. I haven't reached out to those relationships or try to cultivate them. I'm just being me, and these things are manifesting or developing. But go ahead, Kamor. I know you wanted to say something. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm gonna let y'all land your plane.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But
Mhm.
you are a seasoned black man, right? You are at the space that you're at because of the work that you've done. You have the understanding and the knowledge to know about vibrations and things, right? You don't see certain things his way because he may not be on your level of growth. You get what I'm
Well,
saying? So if you think back 40 years ago, did you always think this way?
right, right. We've already discussed that. No, but I just want to say I haven't done any work. Like you giving me credit for doing some kind of work, and I didn't. You know what I'm saying? It's just I got tired. This is what my life journey was designed to be. I got tired, and then all of a sudden I surrendered, and then certain things started being revealed. And I wouldn't say a different level of growth. Mike, I think it's he has a great level of growth too. It's just that we have a different arrangement of source energy in us, creating an archetype. So Mike's archetype is hard work, put in the work, make no excuses, grind, cultivate things, do this. He has a mindset, I'm gonna make things happen. Me, I have the mindset that everything already is. It's a constant happening, and I don't have to make it happen. I just have to experience it. So I wouldn't put it on a different level or nothing. It's just a different perception of what we're experiencing. But I didn't do any work, is all I'm saying. I didn't do anything. I just lived life. That was it.
Right.
And at some
But
point I
but
threw
your
my hands
journey may
up.
not be
Mhm.
what his journey is,
Right.
or what my
I
journey is,
agree.
right?
I
So for
agree.
me,
Absolutely.
so when he says makes sure that he's not around certain things, I get
Hmm.
that because for me, I
Hmm.
have to set boundaries. I have
Hmm.
to set boundaries. There's
Hmm.
no way I have to demand these things and put it because at the end of the day, the goodness in your heart
Right.
will take
Hmm.
over the logic reasoning of why you're dealing with this person. You get what I'm saying? Logically, you know this person's no
Yeah.
good for you, but you have love and you love this person, so you're willing to sacrifice your peace, your happiness, or whatever because you see the potential in this person. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
for me, I had to have boundaries.
Right.
I had to work on myself. So your
Right.
journey, because you're saying you didn't do any work, I'm still working on
Right.
myself today actively because it's a challenge
I
for me every
understand.
day.
Right.
So I
And
get
what
what
I'm doing daily. Right. And what I'm doing daily is I'm surrendering daily more and more.
right.
So I understand
So
it.
like
It's the
what
same thing. We just looking at it. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
so like surrendering daily, like what do that mean? And like what does that consist of?
And
Like
that takes work
surrendering
too.
daily.
It really doesn't take work. I don't. Well, I understand you see it as work. What does that entail, Mike? Surrendering daily.
Yeah.
Just just try. All it means is trusting the process, like trusting whatever I'm going to live, trusting all things, letting everything be, not trying to control anything.
Yeah.
So when I get an
Yeah.
urge
So
to do something, so I'm surrendering to my nature. Like right now, doing this, I'm surrendering to my nature. My nature is I like to communicate and talk and have these discussions. So I don't fight it. I don't try to shape it or anything. I'm just going to surrender to it. Hey, Mike, let's do something about that. It's just surrendering to your nature and then not looking at things around me saying they should be this way. I understand that these
mhm.
things are moving the way they're moving and it's giving me something. So I'm surrendering to everything.
So let me
Mhm.
let me ask you this. Like, so what if you have goals and aspirations that you might think that may take more than just um like manifestation or surrendering to like your nature. So anything outside of your nature, you would not pursue.
Well, yeah. See, if I pursue it, it aligns with my nature in some way. Now, to say
Mhm.
that it's going to take more, that's like that's presuming that you just sit back doing nothing. That's not the case. What happens is you get an urge to do something, and you do it. A goal and desire, like every single thing that happens is a manifestation. Let's point that out first and foremost. So you putting in the work, Mike, that's actually a process of you manifesting. So
Correct.
everything is a manifestation. You
Correct.
understand what I'm saying? So, but it comes different ways. So for me, it's like, um,
It's
if I
trust.
try to do anything that goes outside of my nature, I won't stick to it and I won't stay doing it.
Mhm.
Okay.
And it won't, you understand? Eventually I'll give it up.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
And I
Yeah.
cannot wait till I get to the place of being able to where you're at today, right? But
Hmm.
when you have been dealt the cards that you have been dealt, right? Trauma
Hmm.
after trauma
Hmm. Hmm.
that the universe dished out to you, right? Even as a
Hmm.
child, innocent, you have no control, right? So you have no reason to trust,
Yeah.
right? That
Hmm.
in itself is a hard thing to do because it's like, okay, I want to trust in you, but so far,
Right.
this is what's
Okay.
going on. And when
Right.
you're all that you got, it's hard to be like, okay,
Right.
I'm gonna let it flow. Because
Right.
if for whatever reason the
Hmm.
universe or God don't look out, we
Right.
asked out. Because
Hmm.
if I don't hustle, we don't eat. Right?
I understand.
But what I did learn though is that when you stress about the shit, you attract weird energy. When you have
Mm,
faith,
mm,
you're correct,
mm,
right? But
mm,
it's still hard to
mhm,
surrender
mhm,
when you keep going through unnecessary shit. If
mhm.
that makes sense.
It do make
Yeah.
sense.
Now,
I'm gonna
Well,
what
share a
I will
little
say,
bit of my journey with.
what I
Mhm,
will say is this though,
mhm,
because I have surrendered and said, you know what, God, I'm gonna go with your flow, and that did help me mentally because I don't have no control over
mhm,
what's going on. So me stressing about
mhm,
the situation is not gonna help, right? But it
mhm,
still does
mhm,
not take away from what I have to go through on a daily basis, if
mhm,
that makes sense.
mhm.
So being able to
Right.
say I surrender completely, that's still something very difficult for me to do because of
I
the
understand.
trauma.
I understand. And I'm just gonna put this out here. I've suffered trauma too, and I was in a state where I was homeless in my car and things of this nature. And that was actually what made me surrender because it was like, okay, I don't have no control, and I just threw my hands up.
Right.
And then eventually things started aligning. And then when you see enough of that, so I understand why you say it's hard to trust, but I do believe that your higher self, God, is going to reveal to you something that's going to trigger you being able to trust the process that you live. And I just believe that with everything in me, you know, because it happened for me. That's all I have to go by. But I know everybody's experience is different. But
Right.
go ahead. I'm
yeah. I
sorry,
mean,
Mike. You wanted to say something? Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean, I trust too, and I have faith too. But I have faith. I just, to me, when I have faith and I have the trust, I'm trying to back it up with something that I'm comfortable with. You know what I mean? And that's not to
Mhm.
knock people who do something different. Like, um,
Mhm.
so all right. So look, I was watching this fight. This what it was, a
Mhm.
UFC fight. I think the guy name was his name Israeli something, right? And he was
Mhm.
losing this fight. He was getting a hell beat out of him. So
Mhm.
and the mics could hear him saying that I will not lose this fight. I will I will fight to the death. I will die before I lose this fight. Now, I mean, this dude
Mhm.
was for some,
Mhm.
I don't know why they didn't throw the towel in. And so that's
Mhm.
my attitude. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not, I do believe that things will manifest and things will work out, but I think that you'll be in a better position for things to work out for you. Well, I'll be in a better position for things to work out for me if I'm
Yes.
given, you know what I mean? If I'm fighting with everything I got in order to get
Mhm.
to where I want to be. And for me, that
Mhm.
has worked out. And so,
Mhm.
all right, so let me ask Kimora this, right? All right, so as a woman, right? And like when you involved with a man, and you are, you are bringing him, you bringing him to a place where you know that he'll benefit and he'll be a better person if he just cooperate and conform, right? I mean, if that's your mindset, that he'll conform. So why, like, why would a woman do this? Like, why would a woman do this? Like, does she feel like it's is it not worth it? Like, after a while, when you go through these type of experiences, do you feel like maybe it's not worth it?
I felt like with this person, I actually was able to feel what it felt like to be genuinely loved without offering nothing, without giving nothing, just genuinely wanting to see me do well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I was just like head over heels, right? And it felt good because all these people was around me took advantage, you know what I'm saying, of my kindness, or
Mm-hmm.
was using me for financial gains, if that makes sense. And for me, all my life, because I was always known for getting money, it was hard to depict, like, are you fucking with me for me or for what I can give you? Because dudes will mess with the ugliest bitch they could find because she's beneficial, right? So here it is,
Mm-hmm.
this person that's attractive, you know what I'm saying? She got all these qualities about herself. So I'm making it very easy for somebody to deal with me, right? So for me, for him, it was like I was in a situation. I took a loss or whatever, right? And I couldn't get to school. And he said, "What do I got to do to fix it?" And for me, I've never heard that in my life. However, that's a normal thing, right? That's what you would think a gentleman or a man that's in your vicinity that knows you would offer you, right? But was never the case with me. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that was music to my ears. So I will say honestly, it was the fact that I was able to be like, look at this person that's taking me serious, that believes in me, and look, we up right now. Like literally up, like back in position, everything. And for me, it felt good because the history with my baby father. For me to be with somebody in less than 2 years and accomplish everything that I didn't accomplish with you in 14 years, that felt good to me. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
but like he said, I did tolerate a lot of things because of everybody watching, if that makes sense. If everybody
Yeah.
waited for it to fail. You get what I'm saying? Because he wasn't the type to have multiple women and do what he do. So here it is, he really being faithful and holding it down. So for me, I'm like, okay, it's worth it. When he played and did little stuff, I knew that a dude's gonna do what a dude do, right? But what fucked me up is that I'm not the female that you have to lie to. If you have a chick, you can have another chick. But what is she offering? You get what I'm saying? What is she bringing to the table? That's the type of person I am. Look, I'm all about team effort. So the fact that you're still doing what you want to do is clearly on some egotistical shit. You don't want to be told what to do. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah. Let me ask you this. So the things that he was doing, right? Do you feel like the things that he was doing, like, was hurting the relationship, even if you know what I mean, even if he was lying about him, you think like that was something that was hurting the relationship?
okay, so for me, I'm a non-confront. Like I'm a how could I say it? So say for instance, we beefing or whatever. I'm
Non-confrontation.
not gonna let you know that it's bothering me. You get what I'm saying? I'm a nonchalant person, and the only way that he would get a reaction out of me is when he started messing with these females. If that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense.
Yeah.
Because it's like at the end of the day, when you're a known person that's held to the highest respect, and you're outside embarrassing me with the neighborhood dick sucker, like, are you serious?
I'm not
Like,
laughing at the situation.
no,
It's just the
no,
way you said it. Yeah,
no, literally. You get what
yeah,
I'm saying? And it was just
yeah.
like, okay, you're in like the fact that I'm even engaging with these peasants is beyond me, right? But when he would embarrass me publicly, he bought in publicly. So if he did something publicly, okay, boom, I'm gonna buy you a new Beamer, or I'm gonna buy you this, or I'm gonna buy you that, and it was something always big, if that makes sense. So it was to the point to where even when I wasn't happy and I was ready to leave, I'm like, shit, what am I gonna do? fuck with somebody else that's gonna do the same shit anyway.
Mm.
So that was my
But
mentality. So it was
let
like,
me ask you this.
You gonna go cry in the lamb, or you gonna go cry? Where you gonna go cry? I'd rather
let
go
me
cry
ask
in
you
the
this
lamb.
thing, Kimora.
Uh-huh.
Do you know of any other men though that would like conform to what you think you need for y'all to have like a healthy, successful relationship?
Yes. However, and it's crazy because this is his own homeboys, his own friends.
You say it's one of
His
what?
own friends, his own homeboys. Literally.
Mm.
It's like, okay, I'm witnessing you got this chick that's doing everything she's supposed to do, and you out here dealing with these hoes. Oh,
Mm.
you get what I'm saying? To where
Mm.
these people been grew up with him since children, and they ready to risk it all.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, I'm not even like that, because I could have been, you know what I'm saying, easily.
Mm.
So, what you get ready to say, Clay?
No, I was just listening to her because I know you was asking her questions. I just,
Oh
you know,
yeah.
I do want to say that the things that he did, and it's not an excuse for him. He just couldn't help himself. He couldn't help
No,
himself.
he could have helped himself. This is my whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
From this is what my summary is of it all, because the signs was there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you start competing with your partner instead of collectively eating, that was always a thing to where I was dimming my light. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I made a certain amount of money, I wouldn't even tell you because I don't want you to feel a certain type of way.
Mm-hmm.
But I shouldn't have to do that if it's all one pot and we're a team, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like the competition shit was there. It made sense. And at the end of the day, I have a lot of game. I kind of act like a man in a sense, right? So when it comes to dealing with other women, I'm going to check you and I'm going to tell you about yourself and how it's supposed to be done. And at the end of the day, bitch, you more of a real nigga than me. At the end of the day, you more of a real nigga than I am. Like, all the niggas respect you more than they respect me. And it's to the point that you just feel you know for a fact that I got something going on with him, period. Because that's how you move. If that makes sense.
Clay, what you think about like those kind of situations where like two people are together, you know, and then they don't really see eye to eye, or they're not evenly yoked in a way that's like would be beneficial to either one of them?
What do you mean? What do I see? What are you asking me again? What are you asking me? What do I feel about that situation?
I mean, like, all right, so
when you say he
like if you have two people that are together, right, and they are not like they're not evenly yoked in a way that like what that will help both of them grow and you know, grow as individuals and as a couple.
I'm gonna say this: it's impossible to become evenly yoked with a person if you're not aligned with who you are. You know, naturally, like you have to be aligned with yourself in order to find someone evenly yoked. Sometimes we're out of alignment, right, and expecting to find a compatible mate. And it's you have to get in line first. You have to get to a certain understanding, and then becoming evenly yoked is someone else sharing that same understanding. But it's all about you becoming aligned with self. You know what I'm saying? So unless you're there, every relationship is going to wind up becoming erratic in a sense because you're not stable within yourself. Did that make sense? Like, did I answer what you asked me? Yeah. So so it's one of them things where sometimes we move so fast. Like, so I just know when I was young, I was very impatient and I wanted certain things out of life. Like I wanted cars and stuff like that. So what I would do was I would finance. I would rob Peter to pay Paul. I would, as soon as I got my first real job, making some real money, first thing I wanted to do was go out and buy a big car because I had no patience. You understand what I'm saying? And when you don't have patience, you're out of alignment in a sense. So now you're making decisions, bad decisions and stuff like that. So what's going to happen is it's going to become a detriment to you in the long run. You understand what I mean? So being impatient, sometimes we jump into relationships because we so desperately want to be with that person that look good or something that look good, and we want to have somebody instead of being patient, developing self. And then once we develop self, we're able to share an experience with a person, you know, based on being evenly yoked because you are. You know, I can't reiterate this enough. I just don't think that I just think you draw what you are and where you vibrate. I just think you draw that to yourself.
Right.
So if I'm all over the place, the relationship's gonna be all over the place. Yeah.
And then too, you know, if you're on someone's same level and wavelength, right? So, for instance, I asked him a question, right? I said, if you could accomplish anything on earth in this world and you knew that you could not fail, what would you do?
Hmm.
He could not answer the question.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What's your answer to that question? Because somebody posed that question to me before. Tell me your answer to that question.
Oh, I would
If
be
you
the
could do
highest of the high.
anything and you wouldn't fail, what would you do?
Get my corporate degree and free everyone that's harshly or wrongfully convicted and change these laws.
Okay, that's what's up.
And
What would you do, Mike?
what I'm working towards right now as we speak.
Right. What would you do, Mike?
I would have my own social network and be a social networking billionaire.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying?
But
Mhm.
For a person of me with multiple degrees, right? And for you to
Mhm.
not even be able to answer that question,
Mhm.
I could have easily been like, hell no, I'm turned off.
Mhm.
But I love you
So
so
why?
much, I'm willing to not have these type of conversations with you.
Well, let me ask you this question: how do you love somebody so much that don't share your same understanding?
That's what we had the same understanding as far as like the trauma bonding, like I was telling you. We've been through some of the same things. At the end of the day, all I can say is, but the difference with him is that no matter what, whether we was good or bad, he always made sure that I was good.
Okay.
And for me, that's all I ever asked for. Don't switch up
Hmm.
when shit get bad.
Hmm.
Because the money gonna get got regardless, and everybody gonna take a loss. But are you gonna remain the same?
Right.
And
Hmm.
so for me, like I said, I think a lot of it was the financial part, the
Hmm.
aspect. And like I said, we had a long run. Like I said, it wasn't like it was just I was delusional and I was in love with him. He definitely was in love with me too. However, when you're still caught up in the hype,
Hmm.
it ain't gonna never work.
Hmm.
And my
Right.
point of this all is this: it was to
Hmm.
the point to where it's self-sabotage. You intentionally
Okay.
did what you did because
Hmm.
at this point, you really wasn't ready to start your life off in the East Coast. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
Because everybody you know, all your fame, all your hood fame is back where you at, right? And it was
Hmm.
to the point to where it's like, no matter what I do, I know she's not going to leave.
Hmm.
No matter what I do.
yeah.
So at this point, I'm gonna have to do the utmost
Hmm.
worst, and hopefully, she do what she do.
Hmm. On this topic, Mike, in terms of someone making you better, real quick, um, sometimes that idea always gives power to an external force, and it gives power over our lives to something outside of ourselves, right? So we're sitting around looking for things to complete us. And that's the only reason I want to share a different aspect to that is because nothing needs to like to me, that whole idea is not empowering. And I want people to understand the power that they possess and who they are. You know, it's not about something else. It's just about you. You know what I mean? And then when you become empowered, then the things you focus on and stuff like that, they will come to be because you're emanating such a aura about yourself and a power about yourself, a self-confidence and things like this. And you won't be desperate, you won't be insecure, you won't be moving outside of alignment, just trying for the sake of having something. You're made whole, you're whole in a sense. So these things that you experience are just experiences. They're not making you, you know. When we think things have to make us, it creates a sense of desperation or makes us move in a certain way, you know, but we're giving power to something
Yeah.
outside of us. And I
But
just want people to understand they are the power.
I
That's
get
all.
what you're saying too, though.
Yeah.
However, I feel
Yeah.
what Mike is saying though, because
Mhm.
sometimes a person that you're with may change your perspective because of how you treat them, right? So moving forward,
Mhm.
he may not be a dog. He may not want to do you dirty because you've showed him a softer side to be able to trust women. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I feel like it's about evolving.
It is, but keep in mind, we only thing that's real is the moment that you're in. So to go into something, evaluate the moment. But if you're getting in something saying, "Oh, well, later he might be this, or I'll turn him into that, or he'll become this, or I know he's going to evolve." Yeah, he will evolve, but that doesn't necessarily mean his evolution is going to look like you want it to look like. You know,
Right.
the only thing we have to go by is the moment itself.
Right. But
That's it.
also,
You
but
know.
also, but also,
Mhm.
I feel
Mhm.
like we're placed on this earth to learn lessons and to fulfill our purpose, right?
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
so I may have came into his life to show him what it's like to have a real woman, right? You know how they say they
Hmm.
don't know what you got till it's gone, right?
Hmm.
So he may
Hmm.
be better with the next chick that he's with. You get what I'm saying? Because of the experience that he had with me, right? What I'm saying is
Well,
a person can't
if he
necessarily
wound
make
up,
you, hold on, let me finish. A person
right?
can't
Okay.
necessarily make you better, but you can
Hmm.
evolve into a better being. Because
But
that's what
see,
we do
I
on this
just
earth. We evolve, right? So
yes, but
everybody that we
everything
deal with,
evolves you. Hmm.
everybody that we
But
come across with, some people, okay, let me
mhm.
finish. Let me just finish my plan. People are in your
No,
life for
I'm
a reason,
listening.
reason, season, or lifetime, right?
Hmm.
Every last one of my relationships that I was in, I learned something from them, and
Hmm.
I feel like it made me a better person because I was exposed to that. Now,
Okay.
no one can force it and make me be a better person because it's still your decision,
Hmm.
right? So,
Hmm.
as long as you're exposed to something, right, you have the decision
Hmm.
to run with it or not,
Hmm.
right? So that's what I'm saying. You can evolve into a better person. Yes, you like you said, it's already in you, but sometimes it takes a person to bring it out of you. If
Yeah,
that
but
makes sense.
that's the thing. Yeah, the only thing that person, I mean, I understand what you're saying and I understand how you see it. So I understand how you see it. I'm just saying I see it a little different. That's all. But
Yeah.
I see how you
So,
see it.
all right. So, like, I mean, it could be the same thing with a mother and a child. You know what I mean? Like the mother,
Hmm.
would you say as a parent, like a parent make their kids better people, by teaching them, providing shelter and giving them life lessons. So would you say that that could be true too, right?
Everybody in your life that you cross paths with is meant to teach you something. You're
Yeah.
supposed to learn something from that person,
But
right?
you know what that's something we learn? You know what
What
that's
is it?
something we learn is? It's always one lesson to learn. Who you are. That's it.
Right.
Who
Yeah.
you are.
But I see what you're saying, right? That's the end
Hmm.
game. That's the end game, right? But some people have to go through the experience to find out who they are as a person, what their self worth is. You get
Yeah,
what
I'm
I'm
not
saying?
disputing that. Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly, 100%. I agree with that 100%. But it's just revealing you. It's not making you. That's all I'm saying. It's just different
You know,
language. It's
that's what I'm saying.
revealing
That's
you.
why
It's
I
not
changed the
making
word.
you.
That's why I
Yeah,
changed the
yeah,
word evolve.
yeah.
You get what I'm
Well,
saying?
evolution is natural too, because energy is going to always constantly keep spawning and evolving. You don't have to do anything, but you'll evolve. You can sit in your room and never experience anything outside of this of your house, but still evolve. Because you're never the same.
Right.
An hour from now, all three of us are going to be different.
Right.
You know, that's just, yeah. Talk to me, Mike. You too quiet, bro.
No, because
No,
I
I
feel what
mean,
you're saying. I feel what you're saying, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's why I said I cannot wait to be in your space of growth, right? But
Mm-hmm.
right now, I'm still working on myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized what the lesson I knew in the back of my mind, he was going to be my
Mm-hmm.
greatest challenge.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, why are you even dealing with this person? You have no reason to be dealing with this person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you're going to keep going through. The universe will put you through the same shit, will knock you on your ass until you get that lesson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that is to love yourself and
Yes.
love yourself the way that you love others.
Mm.
I feel like that's what my lesson is.
I want to share something with you. You said you can't wait for something. I want to say this to you. You are there already.
Not
And
yet.
the reason yes, you are. I'm going to tell you why I believe you are, because you're able to recognize it. If you weren't there, you wouldn't even be able to see it. So I just want to say that to you as a form of,
I,
you are beautiful. Like you are there,
I
you know?
disagree with you though, because this is what I'm
Okay.
saying.
All right. I just wanted to offer
Because
that. That's fine.
I get what you're saying, right? And I
Right.
don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, and will still
Mm-hmm.
be dealing with people that I know that I shouldn't be dealing with, if that
Okay.
makes sense. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
Hmm.
that's why I
so
say it's still a challenge for me.
Okay.
why do you think you do that though?
For me, I feel like honestly, I really don't know, because even
Yeah.
when I tell my life story, right, about what my mom
Hmm.
did and everything, them white people
Hmm.
was like, the fact that you've been through everything that you've been through, and you're still
Hmm.
able to love and give back, that's what makes you different than everyone, right? However, I had to learn how to love myself the way that I love others,
Hmm.
if that makes sense. Because
Hmm.
me pouring into others is what make me feel good, right?
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
really, that stems from hoping that that is reciprocated, because I didn't receive that as a kid growing up. You get what I'm saying? Your parents are the first
Hmm.
people that you're supposed to be able to trust in the world, right? That's the first people you come across. That's the first people that you learn to trust naturally. I never had that. You get what I'm saying? So it was like
Yeah.
I've always had my heart on my sleeve, always, 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 because I wanted to feel that love, even if it was fake. But today, I don't give a. I will be by myself before I
Hmm.
decide to be around the bullshit. My intuition,
Amen.
Yeah.
I hear you.
my discernment won't
Hmm.
even allow me to be around someone that isn't genuine, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
But that's
Yeah. I
where I'm
That's
mean,
right.
yeah, I can see that.
and
Yeah, in
that's
a
where
lot
I'm
of
at
people.
today, though. Today, after
Hmm.
36 years, you get what
Hmm.
I'm saying?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I just feel
Yeah.
like that was my final lesson, and I was able to walk away gracefully to where that was big for me. You know how big
Hmm.
is not to react,
Mm.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm glad you didn't react.
but it's still a challenge every single day.
Right.
Yeah.
Every
No,
single
I'm
day.
glad you
Hmm.
didn't react. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. I thought we was gonna be
All
able
right.
to on this topic come to a consensus. I thought I was gonna be able to convince y'all that like a good woman can,
Yes.
a good woman can change a man, a good man,
I
what I
wouldn't
mean,
say
or
change.
make a man better.
Well, the reason I just believe every woman is good. It's just that don't mean every woman is right for you. So, and
Yeah,
that's all.
yeah,
And I just think how we're made, it doesn't get no better than that. It's just,
yeah.
it's all good though. You know what I mean? I just see it differently, you know. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because it's almost like this good woman you describe, you know,
Mhm.
what's gonna make her if you need to be made better, what's gonna make her even want to connect to you?
Well, it's because y'all on the same team. That you on the same team, and y'all, you know what I mean.
How do
Y'all
you get
building.
on that same team?
Well, because y'all come into each other life, and you come into each other life on purpose, and then so if y'all on the same team, and then y'all building a life together, you know you building a legacy, you create memories, you building a family, and then so within that, you know what I mean. Like she is along that way, she is constantly or she's encouraging your growth. She's like I said, she's the kind of person that wants to she celebrates your successes because your successes are you know her successes. She supports you, she's challenging you, she
Hmm.
offer you you know, she challenges you intellectually. So if she challenges you intellectually, um you know, because you can't everything is not going, in my opinion, is not going to come from within. You have to be
Oh,
introduced to new thoughts. You know what I mean? You got to be introduced to new thoughts. So if she comes to the table with new perspective um and new thoughts that will you know that'll make you see things in a different light, or that'll help you to grow in a different way. So
right.
but like
Well,
I
new
said from the beginning,
thoughts.
you got to be
Mhm.
in a you have to be the kind of person that's looking for that, you know, that person that's going to help you grow in life. You know, I don't
Mhm.
think that you know, it don't, most cases it don't happen accidentally. So that's why I said, you know, and that's why I asked the question. So why would a woman invest or think that she is investing in you, as far as like trying to encourage you and to grow and stuff like that? A lot of women won't invest in you like that, and that's because they'll they might feel like they're going to, if it don't go the way they want it to go, then they're gonna feel like they wasted their time, they wasted their effort, they're gonna feel like they got their feelings hurt. But that's not the way to look at it, in my opinion.
Right.
Mhm.
And for me, I will say this: I held the shit down even when I shouldn't have, right? Because he didn't deserve that. But when you feel like this person got to a certain level of growth and got to see your value, right? You feel like, okay, damn, all the shit was worth it in the end because this is the person I'm gonna be with. You get what I'm saying? You
Mhm.
start you're planning a future. You see a future with this person, right? Every decision that you
Mhm.
make, you're involving this person, right? And so for me, I'm like, it's worth it because now you're sitting down, you're sitting still, and you're acknowledging all the shit that you put me through. The conversations that we're having, it sounds like real growth. Whether it's jail talk or not,
Yeah,
I see the growth
yeah,
in you as a person, right? So for that to happen lets me know that you are insecure in your person. Because
yeah,
at the end of the day, you have to have faith in me. You get what I'm saying? You can't just assume because I'm attractive that you know for a fact I'm doing this and doing that. Like what? You get what I'm saying? But that's that self sabotage. You get what I'm saying? And that's why
yeah.
I say what he did was definitely intentional.
So let me say this though, like, so people like what they show you, like that they can demonstrate that they not real, that they haven't grown from their experience around you. They can also demonstrate that they were, in the first place, they wasn't even worthy of being in your presence. That's why you said like self-sabotage. So
Like you know in the
the
back of
only
your
only
mind,
thing I think, you said what?
like at the end of the day, he knew that we were not on the same wavelength intellectually.
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah,
just all the way around. You get what I'm saying? But instead of taking that as motivation and being proud and wanting to see your partner excel, even if it surpasses what you got going on,
hmm,
people will turn around and be jealous and envious of you. Because at the end of the day, that's the only justification that I can think of. Because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get what
I
I'm
just
saying?
think that. Yeah. I get what you saying. I just think that, I mean, like you could be with a person like you was, for years, and then you can't figure out like, wow, why did this person didn't see my value, or this person didn't see my worth? This person, in the end, it seemed like, it proved that they didn't want the same things that I want. But I just think that as long as an individual that you you continue to grow and to move forward, then it will be their loss. I mean, you can see like you said self-sabotage, like just that person is the way that they are, but that don't mean that like in their next relationship that they're going to do any better as far as like growth. And then eventually that person will they'll realize that they wasted a lot of time pursuing things, things that was a waste of their time. And so that's why I say when you with somebody, they have to demonstrate that they are pursuing the same things that you pursuing. That's really the only, in my opinion, that's really the only way that you can have even some sort of idea like what that person's intentions are. Because if you letting somebody live anywhere rent free, whether it be in your heart or your mind, then you cheating yourself. You know what I mean? Because they have to contribute. They got to contribute. They got to have some skin in the game. So if you got some skin in the game, then number one, you're proving that you want to be there. Number two, you know what I mean? It's like you'll be wasting your time if you're not trying to like do the right things in that relationship. So you just can't let people just can't live rent free. They have to contribute.
No, that's what I'm saying. He was a great provider. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That was
but I mean contribute not just financially though, but you have to demonstrate in other ways that you know what I mean, that like this is where you want to be, so y'all can grow together. That's what I mean. Like yeah, I mean some guys or some people just want a person in their life as a trophy. And um, you know, that don't mean that you are a provider. It's more to providing than just the financial aspect of it.
right.
Mm, mm.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this is the lesson I needed to learn. It just was a really hard one, and it is what
Right.
it is.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Because the signs was
all
definitely
right, let
there.
me do y'all have um anybody have any follow-up statements that y'all wanna you know close out on?
Oh man,
Or
no,
y'all
I
y'all
mean,
felt like any other points you want to make? So y'all felt like y'all got everything you was able to make your point.
oh no, yeah, I mean, it's different perspective than you share, and then you allow people to take whatever they take from it. But just me personally, I just know that we are everything in all things, and
Hmm.
it's like thoughts, higher thoughts, challenging thoughts, getting new perspective. None of this I don't define as you becoming better. It's just you
Hmm.
experiencing and revealing who you are. See, the more you become aware of, the more you realize that you are so much more than what you thought you were. So I just look at it as that. I
Yeah.
don't look at it as something making you better. You can't get no better than what you are because what you are is the spirit of God.
So let me say this, like who you are, is that just, or could that just be a reaction to the experiences that you going to? That's just like when they say like people, you know what I mean, like money, like once you get money or you get power, that reveals your true character when you get money or you get power. So could it be that
That that
just like your experiences, just
that reveal
reveal who you are?
that re,
So,
that
so you see how
reveals that,
so
that reveals
see how you said
that
that's the spirit of God, right? So you don't believe that God will send certain people into your life so that you can grow, you can evolve, you can learn a lesson.
No, so you can see who you are. The experience shows you and reveals you who you are. Everything is going to show you eventually, at the end of the day, that you are God. You understand what I'm saying? So, as far as Mike, you just said something too that I was going to say. You said money and all that. That's not showing you like when you get money in it. All it's doing is bringing out the personality in which you came to experience this life as. But that's not who you are. You're so much more
Yeah.
than just the personality that is Mike.
Correct.
So that's all that is.
But that's what my
Yeah.
point. I feel like God will place certain people in your life so that you can reveal who you are as a person,
Mhm.
so that you can
Yeah.
learn and become that person. So
Yeah,
I
but
get
it's
what
going to
you're saying.
show you,
I get what
right?
you're
It's going to
saying.
show you that you're more than a person. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I'm saying. So it gets
Yeah.
no better than what you are. But the thing is, living in this binary experience, we only can see that we're this personality. But I'm just saying, I've come to see that I'm beyond this, and that everything is just a different ass. I'm everything. I'm all things. You
Correct.
know what I'm saying? So it's no getting better than that. So if me and
Yeah.
you have dialogue, and then you give off of something, and I get a different perspective or see a different perspective, that perspective is already me. I'm just becoming aware of it because it's being illuminated through our connection. That's all I'm saying. But I know it's a different perspective. So
Yeah. I
that's
mean, two
just
No,
things
no.
yeah,
But
that's
here's the thing.
something
be
different.
true.
I get what you're saying, right? You're saying
Mhm.
what the person helped you unveil was already within you, right? You already
It
had the
just
image
reveal
from the
you.
game, right?
Yes, yes.
However, it takes everyone's path to that knowledge is different.
hmm
You
Right,
get what I'm saying?
right.
So
Let
that's
me
why I
share this.
feel
Let me share this with you guys. You don't even need a person to reveal who you are. Some people ascend to that through meditation, just by going internal, and then they ascend to see who they are. So you understand? So it's not necessarily somebody or
Um,
people in your life, or everything is just an experience.
right. But listen, hear me out
yeah.
though. What you're talking about are people who are
Hmm.
aware of their being, people who are aware of self. There's so
Yes.
many people out here that are not aware of themselves because they're
Yeah,
not
I'm not disputing that.
you know
I'm not
no hear
saying
me.
all this. I'm not saying this to say that
No. If you would let me
no,
land my
I
plane, friend.
understand
Let me
that.
land my
Yeah,
plane,
yeah.
friend. Let me land my plane, friend. What I'm saying. I'm
Uh,
not disagreeing with nothing that you're saying,
yeah,
right?
I know you're not.
But
Yeah.
what
Hmm.
I'm saying is that sometimes
Hmm.
people cross paths to teach you a
Hmm.
lesson, right? Because
Yes.
you may be so
To
caught up in the
reveal.
world, right? I'm
Hmm.
gonna place this person in your life to show you
Hmm.
something different, to either be a
Hmm.
blessing or your lesson, right?
Hmm.
So at the end of the day, you could choose
Hmm.
which route you want to go with this person.
Hmm.
You get
Hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's my point of what I'm saying because
And I under.
I feel like my purpose, honestly, is to be either
Hmm.
your blessing or your lesson. Swear to
Okay.
God. And I
I
say
feel
that
you.
because people who genuinely interact with me out of with pure intentions
Hmm.
elevate, and those who play with me get
Hmm.
God spin the block and puts them in the worst situations without me even have to ever react to it. You get
Okay.
what I'm saying? But
I hear you.
the choice was ultimately theirs. Was
Mm.
the average person, right, will see someone that's giving and caring, right? The average
Hmm.
person will be like, "Oh, I finessed her up out of this," instead of saying, "You know what? This person is a good person. I want to do this person right, and I want to have this person in my
Hmm.
corner." The average person is like, "Hell no, I'm gonna take advantage of this person."
Hmm.
Let me let me respond to this statement that Tom made. All right. So Tom said basically what he is saying. All right, all right, people are selfish, like we was talking about in marriage. It goes bad when the expectations are gone. A woman will walk out because she is not happy. Look at Tia Mowry. Now, with Tia Mowry, I don't know if y'all, if y'all know about Tia Mowry and her husband, Corey Hardridge. Um, they was married for a long time, and she I think she was on a show called it was called The Talk or something, or The View, one of those shows she had on TV. And then so she left her husband because she said she wasn't happy. So
Hmm.
now her and her husband, he wasn't abusive. You know what I mean? By all accounts, he was a good he was a good father and a good husband. It's just that she said her own words. She said she had graduated from marriage. So when you find yourself in a position that that like the other person want out of the relationship, although your feelings are going to be hurt, you got to let them go, right? But
Mhm.
what has happened since Corey Hardrich and Tia Mowry has they divorced, he continued to better himself. You know what I mean? Like his acting career is continuing to grow, and that's just a reflection to me that, like, as long as you are continuing to grow and better yourself, that's really all you can control. Sometimes people want out, and you can't help the fact that they want out, but if you won't feel as bad if you if you're moving on and you're growing. And so,
Well,
she is
what makes
proving
you think he
through her
bettered himself?
because I'm talking about, because of, like, all right, number one, like she always posts stuff like about how, like, the dating market is not
No,
what
I
she
mean,
expected it to be.
I mean in terms of him. You said she wanted
I'm
out,
great.
I think
but
it was a
he
I'm
bettered
getting ready to tell
combination.
himself.
you that. I'm getting ready to tell
Mhm,
you that. Number
mhm,
one, I'm gonna give you both examples. Number one, with her, she is complaining openly on social media, like how the dating market is not
mhm,
what she expected it to be. She
mhm.
she tried to put on fronts where she taking pictures and showing all this, like she doing all that. But then she
Right.
have moments in on social media where she is like where she go into her rants and her little episodes. Now with him,
Mhm,
his reaction and stuff like that, like I said, he's just gotten a new role on a popular show. um and he don't do too much posting, but every time you see him, he's with his kids, and he just gives the appearance that he said he wanted to keep his marriage together, but he also gives the appearance that he accept the reality for what it is, that she wanted out, and his
mhm.
career is growing, whereas though her life, like they going in different
Yeah,
directions.
I feel
you
like their
comparing his
dynamic was
life.
financial though. It was
Yeah,
financial.
You
you comparing his life to her life. I'm not asking that. I'm saying you said he's bettered himself. So you looking at him getting new roles, him being with his kids, and him
That,
not posting and not doing what she's doing
that's
as
why I
he's
said it was
doing better.
financial.
But to
Listen,
me, the only thing, right? I heard you, sweet. The only thing that makes you better is bliss. So if he's happy, then he's bettered himself. But just
yeah,
because he's
well,
gotten better roles and all that, that doesn't, just the way I define it, that doesn't necessarily signal to me he's bettered himself.
well, this is the
These
thing.
yeah. I
accomplishments
mean,
in
to me,
life
Yes,
don't, you
but
know.
listen, when you love somebody, and that's the reason why it ended, which was to find out she was clearly the breadwinner, right? Her career was
Hmm.
set off, all the shit, right?
Hmm.
right.
You don't know how she may have been talking to him, what the dynamics is. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And the reality is, women won't respect you if they feel like they're the breadwinner, the average woman. You get what I'm saying? So if they broke up because she made him feel less than, because where his career was, where he was financially, that was his motivation. He's back up. He's getting these roles. He's making himself feel better because he felt like that's what he was lacking. That's how she made him feel. You get what I'm saying? So that was his
Yeah.
motivation.
If a woman won't respect you because she feel like that you're not the breadwinner, she don't respect you, herself, or anything. She respects money. So money is the only thing she's respecting.
And that's why she's paying for him now.
So that's not true respect to me. Yeah.
That's why she's going through what she's going through now.
Right,
The
right, right,
regret.
right.
You
Well,
get what I'm saying?
right. Yeah,
You
yeah.
get what I'm saying? So that's the
Yeah, it was
lesson
built
learned.
on the wrong premise. It was built on the wrong premise. I
Exactly.
get
That's just
it.
like
Yeah, yeah,
if your husband badgered you because you were overweight, right? And he leave you
yeah.
because you're overweight, you in the gym.
Right,
That's your focus.
right.
You get what I'm saying?
Some people, yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah. I just wanted you to tell me like his happiness, my I understand what you're saying. So You define happiness as your accomplishments in life. You define doing better based on
No,
your accomplishments.
No, I feel
no,
like that.
not just
I
No,
that.
feel
I'm
like
I'm
I
asking.
I'm
feel like
talking about
I feel like being better mentally as a human being,
Hmm.
genuinely, all the way around.
no, I'm not just the money aspect of
No,
it,
I
but
said that's
I'm
what I
Hmm.
saying
said. I
like
said
No,
it's
all
you
the way
said
part
he
of
got a
around.
new role.
No,
Go
that's
ahead,
why I said.
Mike.
right, yeah,
That's
but
why.
that's just part of it. But I'm saying the other
Hmm.
part of it is his reaction to the situation. His reaction to the situation is different from her reaction to the situation. Their public reaction to the situation. So, and
Hmm.
that's all we can go on is their public reaction to the situation and what we see in public. So publicly,
He's
he is
embarrassed.
handling that situation better than she is handling that situation.
Yeah. Okay, that's a different statement. You know what I'm saying, bro? You
Yeah,
think
but
he's
I mean
handling
that
the situation better. Yeah, but as far as bettering yourself, to me, I think there's only
well
one goal
to
in life
me,
for every human being is to be happy. That's success.
well,
Okay, so
I mean that just depends on how you define success.
I
So
define it as happiness, is what I'm saying.
okay, let
yeah,
me
but
use
I mean,
myself as an example.
Hmm.
When I had this good ass job, right? I got let go because I
Hmm.
didn't have the degree, right? That
Hmm.
was my motivating force saying, you know what? I would never allow that to happen to me again because I didn't like the feeling.
Okay.
And I went and got
Hmm.
3 degrees. Motivation, right?
Okay. Okay.
So sometimes happiness may just be, how can I explain this? When you care about something so much, right? And they diss you or they get rid of you because of something that you're lacking, that's something that you are going to go try to obtain because of the mental of what
yeah,
happened to you, if that makes sense. You
Hmm.
get what I'm saying? So
I
yeah,
understand what you're
so
saying.
for him, of course he's not gonna talk about it because he's embarrassed as a man. He doesn't want to talk about the financial, how she was treating him, and how he was the, you know what I'm saying, not the breadwinner, because in
Mhm.
society, you're the men are supposed to be the breadwinner, right? So what he did was he let her do her thing, say what she wanted to do, and what he do? Go run it the fuck up
Mm.
at the
yeah.
end of the
All
day.
right, so let me all right, so Time said ask them why do she want him back and who's going to take care of the kids. But let me say we don't mind calling him a deadbeat. Now that's true. She is trying to get back, with him. Now that she see, in my opinion, now that she see that the dating market, because I think she left the relationship for frivolous reasons. So now that she see that the dating market and dudes wasn't going to be checking for her the way she thought that they was going to be checking for, you know, um, and she realized that she left a good man. That's why, in my opinion, that's probably why she want to get back with him.
And also, you
Mm.
can't
But
believe
yeah,
everything you see on the internet because we just seeing little
well,
clips, right? We haven't seen her actual interview where she's saying this because the last encounter they had, they walked past each other and it was awkward. You get what I'm saying? They were like, "Hey,"
well, I
so now they're showing all
you
these
said the last encounter
snippets.
they had, she walked past him.
They was at like an award show and they walked past each other like it was so awkward. Like,
Yeah,
am I supposed to say hi to
she
you
did
because it ended
publicly.
because it ended so badly, right? So now
Well,
they're
it
making all
ended
these
badly because of her, though.
right. But listen, we have not seen an actual interview with her. We're
I,
listening to snippets and shit that the internet is making.
no, I've said that's what I'm speaking on. I'm speaking on interviews that I've seen. I, I'm speaking
Oh,
on
okay.
interviews that I've seen. Yeah, I seen an interview. She did a podcast where she told the host that this dating market is not what she thought it was going to be. Like everything had switched up. So she left a relationship where she had equity and may not. I don't know what the financial situation was. Maybe she was, maybe she was big upping them because she was making more money, or she was treating them, you know, a different kind of way. I don't know about that, but I do know what she was saying on I forgot the name of the podcast she was on, where she was saying that the dating market was, wasn't what she expected it to be. And
Mhm.
now that she realized, like I said, now that she realized that, like she had at home where she left the house looking for what was already at home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, you know, but what let me see what the guy
Mm.
Tom say on this one. A man is damned if he do and damned if he don't. The grass is not always greener on the other side. Yeah, that's
Right.
true. So
And sometimes you
all
gotta let a
right, all right,
motherfucker win with who they think who they losing with.
yeah, all right, man. All right, we can ready to get out of here. Yeah, anybody got any final comments?
No, just know who you are. Trust the process. Believe in yourself. Everything you ever desire in life will be found through you. That's
And
the
when
only thing I
somebody
want
shows
to
you
do.
and when someone showed you who they are the first time, believe it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's all I
Yeah.
got. I appreciate y'all taking out the time to to discuss this topic. We're gonna have more more topics coming
Mhm.
soon. And I appreciate time for tuning in. And so with that being said,
It
man,
was it was good seeing you again, Kamora. It's good talking to you.
Sorry I was
Hmm.
so
That's all right.
distant
Hmm.
because today was a long, long day.
Hmm.
yeah.
All
All right.
right, Mike.